Greetings, everybody. This is Serpentine451 here, aka Tony. Joining me are my friends, as always, Mr. J, Jordan, and for the first time in the show's history, actually joining us this time, Brian Kersey. How you doing, Brian?
Okay. Hello, people. I'm finally here.
We've got a full house tonight, guys, and we're here to talk about an anime that 3 out of 4 of us were into, and one of us, it was just a little too real. A little too real.
Yeah, just a little bit.
And that show being Netflix's new series, Agresco, made by the same people who brought you Hello Kitty. No, don't.
That's right. The #1 I will put merch on anything company. Like, you thought Disney was all about that. No, you got Hello Kitty everything. I swear to God. You ask any Asian girl over the age of 5.
Or
and
any girl over the age of 5.
I'm being so serious. You know how much Hello Kitty shit my mom has? And my mom's only half.
I can tell you that.
But don't let the cutesy animals
even in Japan.
Don't let the cutesy animals fool you. These are just living adult lives, but they just so happen to be animals.
Really adorable animals.
Zootopia. Zootopia.
Yeah, a little bit. I was definitely getting a Zootopia vibe from it. But without the weird fan art of the rabbit trying to fuck the fox.
Anyway, since this is going to be a departure from our normal, you had to bring it up.
Look, man, whenever you're dealing with stuff with anthropomorphized animals, that's always going to come up.
But that's the internet. They always want to make like hentai fan art of that shit all the time. But that's besides the point, Jay. We don't need that in our lives.
Yeah, very true.
Hentai or hentai fan art do we not lead in our lives? Because there's
hentai fan art of animals fucking.
Okay.
Got it.
There we go.
Hentai we can keep.
I was going to say, I don't know if we want to delete hentai. Then we would make a whole portion of the world very, very sad.
Another soapbox episode. But
there's definitely going to be a soapbox episode.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, that's definitely going to be on the docket. Tony, I want you to document that. The importance of hentai. Put that on the list.
That was already on the list.
Don't do it.
We're nothing but filthy animals. But that's besides the point. Let's rein it in, gentlemen.
I'm sorry. Okay.
This is going to be a departure from how we normally do our show. We're going to be talking about the opening and ending of Agresco. Well, what little we have of it, since it's episodes long for each episode, like 15 minutes for each episode. Then we'll talk about the characters, what we actually like about the show. Well, in Jordan's case, what made it too real for him. And basically give speculation to what might happen if a season 2 were to arise. Then maybe give a little bit of... instead of the soapbox, since we are skipping our normal reviews this week, we'll basically give kind of a small tidbit of what's to come for next week's episode, since we're going to be reviewing 2 episodes that week.
Yep. All right, Tony, so you're going to kick this off with the opening and the ending?
Well, since my lazy ass wanted to be more professional and actually mention the names of the opening and ending, I chose not to do that because, well, I'm lazy. But anyway, the opening itself is basically death metal just screaming in your ear while you have a Retsuko just dancing cutely. That's basically.
Yeah, I really like the contrast because it establishes the tone like right from the jump. Like you have it has like the cutesy moe, like the cutesy ultra mega super moe art style. Then you got like the screaming Satan death metal. And it's just I really enjoyed it. Like again, the contrast is what makes it different. I enjoyed that part of it.
Oh my god, that's perfect.
As far as the ED is concerned, it's just basically just a text scroll of those who contributed to the episode.
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, that was pretty plain. There was nothing really special about the ED.
Well,
Like,
there was one alteration at one point, but there was an alternative ending at one point.
Oh, was there? I don't even remember. I kind of just breezed through it.
Yeah, like, oh well.
I think it's episode 9 ends with the love song again.
Oh,
yeah, you're right.
right.
You're right. It ends with the
That,
the love song that she sang when she fell in love with Sasuke. Yeah, no, but yeah, fucking. We'll get to Sasuke.
that gave me diabetes and cancer at the same time.
Fucking Sasuke. Anyway, all right. So characters. Should we start with Retsuko or should we?
Oh no, let's work our way to our main character here.
Okay.
Let's start with, admittedly, some of the funnier characters of the show, being her two friends, who, Wagashi and Gori.
Oh yeah, okay. Watashi and Gori, which animal puns. I love the animal puns. Watashi, the president's secretary, is a secretary bird. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And Wagashi has the personality of the kind of woman that I would go after. Very serious-minded, very authoritative. She gives no fucks about the president.
So,
once,
just a note for you ladies out there: Tony likes to be stepped on, is what he's trying to say.
I mean, I take abuse. That's pretty much it.
All right. Move right along.
They're crazy animals. The point I'm trying to make here is that Wagashi messes with the president in such a way she destroys a little model that he made. By the way, the president of the company is an elephant. We don't know his name, but we don't really care. So he
reminds me of the mascot from that one insurance company, Elephant Auto. You know what I'm talking about? Have y'all seen those at all?
No.
Nobody?
The only thing that I know about insurance with animals is a fucking gecko, and that's it.
Well, there's an insurance company with a giant elephant in a suit as their mascot. It's Elephant Auto Insurance. I don't know. I watch a lot of TV, so I see a lot of commercials.
No, the only commercials I know of that deal with like auto or the general. That's pretty much it. But that's
the general takes up dive. Yeah, I know.
The point I'm trying to make here is that she crushes the model that he made to boost company morale, which is basically having udon noodles just slide down through bamboo shoots.
Which, admittedly, is a cool idea, but is that really cost effective? Is what she was trying to say, and
yeah, she's like,
the answer is no.
Also, honestly, is it sanitary?
The answer to that is also no.
That is a big no. But we could see where he's coming from, but I agreed with her. I'm like, yes, thank you. And her whole thing about tearing the receipt with the president being very, what's the word we're looking for, gentlemen?
I would say he's very kind of like, I wouldn't say like naive, but he's very like nonchalant about everything. He's he's Mr. like, I want to create a positive work environment, but he's also very oblivious to everything that's going on in his, place of business.
Yeah, his company is basically, the different departments have different circumstances, like the way things are run. Well, we'll get into like character-specific things when we get to those particular characters when we talk about them. But Gori's just a mess. That woman is a mess.
Like
Gori is great. She's the gorilla other best friend of Retsuko, and she, she's your one friend that's always just a hot mess all the time, and is just like crying about everything. And don't give me that look. I see you, asshole.
But
I didn't say anything.
But she also like tries to put on a great face when it's like not her friend.
The funny thing is that they even mentioned, because there are scenes of her and Wagashi walking down the hallway.
Oh yeah, the baddest bitch. Yeah, the baddest bitch in the room walk. I love that shit. That's hilarious. She goes, this is, our baddest bitch in the room walk is really killing my back.
Oh, and then the scene where she just walks down the hallway by herself and she plainly states, yeah, this doesn't work by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
no,
the other time where
she's funny.
Where they're just walking past the main three, and then she's like, "Let's go, hate me."
Yeah, no, she's great.
And then let's get to, let's see, what was her name again?
The hippo?
The dope character.
Oh, that's Tsunoda. That's Tsunoda. Tsunoda, like, she was like made like overly cute. I didn't know. I don't think I could handle that much moe. Like that was way too moe.
Yeah, it's basically Tsunoda is basically the bane of Jordan's existence in a lot of ways.
Like, yeah, no, that was like way too much cute, like overloaded in there. I was just like, okay, no. And plus the voice, I was just like, oh, yeah, nah.
Yeah, this is getting annoying. I don't need this in my life. And her whole way of manipulating her boss is fucking hysterical.
Although I really do like her personality, where she's just like, oh yeah, no, of course I'm manipulative. I don't give a fuck. And I know these bitches hate me. So what? I'm me. They're them.
Yeah.
They can go suck a bag of dicks.
Yeah, like her entire conversation with Retsuko at that moment is fucking hilarious because she's like, yeah, I know Finico hates me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, and I like that she also has at the end of the day, she does have good intentions when she's like trying to set up Retsuko, and she actually views Retsuko as a friend. She's trying to help Retsuko out and gives Retsuko actual advice to try and help. So she's not the bitch that Retsuko initially thought she was.
Oh, keep this in mind.
This hoe right here. I finally figured out who the hell y'all are talking about. No, you're right. It's the bane of my absolute existence. Everything about her, I'm just like, no. Just no.
What did I tell you, Jordan? What did I tell you?
Yeah, no, I definitely, as soon as I saw her, I was like, yeah, nah, he's not going to do. I'm like, in the small chance that he does like this show, he's going to hate this character.
Yeah, no, honestly, she was the first sign that this was not going to play out well. I was honestly with it up until she made her first appearance.
Nah, I feel you. I understand.
And plus, this character, just to me, for some reason, like, yeah, I don't need this in my life. Oh, and keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen. This is a show that will remind, since this is set in an office, it has very adult jokes, very animal punny jokes, but also, it's not for children. Well, I mean, children shouldn't watch. This is a show comparable to like the comedy of South Park or Family Guy, but
I would say it's more like The Office or Parks and Rec. If you like those.
I was gonna bring up The Office because there are a lot of parallels.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you like The Office, and you like anime, you will like Agretzko. Jordan does not like The Office, so he did not like Agretzko. So that makes sense. So if you're not into that, or that comedy style, you're not going or that particular setting, you're just not gonna like this show.
Well, I guess since we're putting off, let's talk about the next character, the character that Tsunoda introduced to Retsuko, Risasuke.
Oh, fucking Risasuke. Okay, Risasuke is the most bland, boring, dumb character, and he's just an oblivious jackass. I did not like Risasuke at all. I mean, that's the point of Risasuke. But like, I did not like Risasuke at all. I didn't like when Retsuko formed that crush on him, that like he became this like shoujo protagonist with like the deeper voice and his like face changed.
I don't need that in my life. His blank expression, anyway, just like, yeah, no, I don't I don't need this. This guy is so bland, so boring.
And like he was so quiet that you couldn't even hear him. Like that he had to literally text Retsuko while they were at the bar. They were literally sitting across from each other, and he was so quiet that she couldn't hear him. So he just texted her his response. I'm just like, you lame ass bitch. No,
and
thank
not
you.
only did he refuse to drink, he then brought in canned coffee to his restaurant.
Yeah, who the fuck drinks canned coffee? Like,
I
I was about to say,
Well,
it's not a very fairly common drink in Japan.
yeah, oh yeah,
yeah, but I don't think it's
the thing
if I
about
remember
that-
correctly, it's not a restaurant thing.
yeah.
The one thing that I find interesting that when you actually get a look at his apartment, it's nothing but potted plants everywhere.
And that is literally what he is he's just a fucking potted plant. He's just there. Like
And someone who works in sales might as well just be there, like a warm body trying to do your damn job.
he is aggressively bland, like to the point where I'm just like, I don't like you. Like I don't like these type of people that just bore the fuck out of me. Like
the song that he and Retsuko share is like the most sugary, sweet, yet kind of dumb.
look, man, I even as somebody that enjoys musical numbers, I was like, let me fast forward through this.
No, I sat through that bitch.
No, I fast forward. Oh, no,
That
fuck.
cancer.
Nah, y'all can get the fuck out of here with that. I fast forwarded through this.
But this
Me.
pissed me off. I can tell you the moment that he really pissed me off, and like, yep, I'm totally against him.
Oh, when he made her
The
walk
jacket.
in new heels. Oh,
Like-
I would say the part that got me was when he made the poor girl walk in new heels
Oh yeah.
at the park.
That was bad, but the tipping point was the jacket thing.
Yeah,
where she's like, I'm cold, and
no. She was
I'm
like
not.
she was laying it off super thick. She was like, it sure
Yeah.
is cold out here. It's really windy. I should have, I'm getting really chilly. And he goes, I'm not. Good thing I brought this jacket. I'm just.
It's okay. That's exactly what I would have said.
Oh my lord.
You got yourself a.
It's getting nippy out here. Wish I had a jacket. Yeah, should have brought one. I brought mine.
You got yourself a real one, Kirsten. Got yourself a real one.
That's the thing, is even going against his character. He didn't even say it like that. He said it was like no emotion.
Yeah, he said it so blandly, like, yeah, I'm not. I'm just like, God damn it.
Oh, and believe me, then when he's on the date, his buddy, who is a snow leopard, basically said, "Come on, dude, you gotta like." It sounds like your relationship, like the date's going on. He's like, "Yeah," like the most deadpan kind of.
Yeah, he's just like,
And
Yeah.
his
That
buddy
was like
kinda
his
blamed him.
favorite
It's like,
word.
"Come on, dude, you gotta like step it up a bit."
Yeah, like his
The only-
snow leopard friend is the only reason this whole thing is working.
Yeah, the only thing that Rosowski has ever done, basically, then this is a very old insult from a friend of ours named Steve used to say, "Step up to butt cheeks." That's pretty much what Rosowski is.
Look, man,
He's stepping up to butt cheeks.
Sasuke just
Thing
sucks.
with it-
Okay, he's
The
just
thing with him is it got to a point where Groot had a bigger vocabulary than this dude.
seriously. I mean,
Yeah.
that shit is just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Well, then, let's go to apparently everyone's favorite female character in the show, Feniko.
Best girl, straight up.
Yeah.
Feniko is the shit. She's got all this attitude, and she's like social media obsessed, and she's like a cyber sleuth. She's able to find.
Full-on stalker.
Yeah, she's able to find Retsuko just like crazy quick. I also just really like the contrast where she's full of shit, where she's talking about how she doesn't want a relationship or whatever, and she's all against Sonoda, and like Sonoda's whole Like, oh come on, come to the singles party. But then the second she comes to the singles party and Snow Leopard dude is hitting on her, she's all laughing. She's all laughing and blushing, and I'm just like, see?
Yeah, she decides, like, when she talked up that Snow Leopard, that's trouble. That's trouble.
Ah, man.
And then they are got a wicked angle.
Oh, and like her characterization, she basically pointed out exactly the amount of shit Sonoda would post on social media. It's like down to like specific days. Like
no, like I'm not even gonna lie. I could see this is why I could never cheat. This is why I could never cheat on my girlfriend, because she follows me on all my social media, and if I was ever to do anything, like the second it happened, I would get like a barrage of phone calls and texts, because it's just like, why the fuck did you check in here? What the fuck you doing at insert place here? Yeah.
And it's mostly the one thing that Finico focused on the most was either like coffee, like the weird coffee art, food, thigh pic, those things. Like and Senna basically like points out it's weird. Why is this so weird for like Finico?
And I love her reaction to seeing. I love her reaction to seeing Sonoda's post of dinner, and she sees Retsuko there, and she goes, "Why the fuck were you at dinner with Sonoda? You betrayed me. You become one of them."
Oh, and
okay.
And the way she got with another character named Haida, and made him think that Retsuko had a kid. It's just her laugh at that moment. She's like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, her laugh is hilarious.
Yes.
Oh man.
Even though I don't share the opinion of the rest of those who saw the show, I still think Wagashi is the best. But hey, I could see the appeal in at least the kind of character that Finico is.
Yeah, Finico just had a lot of laughs for me. That's the reason why I like her the most.
I also like how Finico was just like very trusting of her friends and all, and she even comes up to her after that scene and she's like, "No, it's not like that," and she's like, "Okay," and then just moves on.
Oh, Finico just reminds me too much of myself when I first come into work. Not like following people on social media, because I don't do that shit. But I'm like the snarky asshole at the office. Well, with my line of work at the in assisted living, I basically snark at my coworkers. And this is probably why I work alone most of the time.
But yeah,
and then let's go to our more antagonistic figure, and since his assistant is kind of lumped in there with him, let's throw him in too. Mr. Tome.
Yeah, Mr. Tome. Yo, okay, so Mr. Tome is a character that I did not expect to have as many layers as he did. I really appreciate the development from Mr. Tome, because at first he's literally a chauvinistic pig, and later on, as we see, he's really just somebody who's been through the shit and has been like winded down by like just the weight and pressures of life, where he just became an asshole because it's the only way to kind of guard himself. And he sees himself a lot in Retsuko, which is why he picks on her a lot.
Even to the point where he calls her calendar.
Because her days are numbered. I love that shit. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
His rap out with Retsuko at the office party, by far hilarious.
That was probably one of my favorite episodes.
He seems like he's very like one-dimensional and all, and that his only talent is golf. But then you find out that he's layered and got many talents. Like he's actually really good at rapping.
The chips are down. He can account like nobody's business, because the principal
that was intense. He was using the fucking abacus, like just checking those numbers.
And and the reason why I said that line specifically is to like pay homage to a review of the show by a great a YouTuber in the anime community, that being Mother's Basement, Jeff Thu, where he basically gave his own bit of dissertation on the show itself, and I agree with a lot of things
Oh yeah,
about the show after watching it myself.
yeah. I definitely. I had seen the video pop up in my notification, so that's what made me want to watch Agretzko in the first place, and then I ended up really liking it, and then watching his video, and it turns out I agreed with a lot of his points.
And with Mr. Tone in particular, with a man who at first and is a very, like, as you mentioned, chauvinistic, treated all of his employees like crap, even to the point where he actually had to turn over a new leaf just so, because his boss told him to, like, tone down your behavior towards those under you.
Yeah, but smiley Mr. Tome was even scarier than angry Mr. Tome. So
it is pretty horrifying to see him smile. It's scary. It's nightmare-inducing at times.
Oh yeah, no. But yeah, he had a lot more layers to him, and I really liked it. I especially liked the rap battle scene, especially when Retzko got to unleash her like Satan scream on him and just call him a shitty boss.
Which most of us in the workforce have had that thought several times, but we don't act on it because we get fired.
Well, the next day she thought that she was, and she was like, "Oh, what did I just do?"
But then she realized everybody. Yeah, she realized everybody got so drunk that they don't even remember anything that happened that night.
Yeah.
And I love how she knocked out her friends the second they were like, "Did Retzko do death metal karaoke?" And then she just like neck chopped them, and knocked them out. That was hilarious.
And then let's not forget Mr. Tone's assistant, who is an actual weasel.
Yep.
He's
a slimy.
Let me pose a question to those who are watching. Have you ever met somebody in your line of work that would just be the complete embodiment of a brown noser, basically do everything that your boss tells you, and it's like one person, that one coworker that will agree with your boss 100% of the time, even though they may have a flawed way of thinking? This is this character.
Asshole. Researchers are way too opinionated. Like, my boss is smart, obviously a tenure professor at an R1 research institution, and we still be like, no, just no.
Just no. I mean, even in my line of work, where taking care of residents is key, when you have, the less they say about it, the better. But when you have,
I was gonna say, you don't want to self-incriminate, Tony.
When you want to say something in particular, but you can't really say it right away, and I really have to be vague with my line of work. Fuck me.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's kind of like that person you always meet at your line of work that you just really want to punch and say, "Fuck you, asshole," but you can't. Or do I just have that feeling?
This is
I like the people I work with.
This is why I enjoy working online.
Yeah, because you're your own boss.
Exactly.
But anyway.
Freelance, you don't have to worry about people giving you shit. You just have to worry about deadlines. Fucking deadlines.
And then, let's see. What I'm going to give the reins to Jay and Brian here. What's the next character you want to talk about before we get to our main character here?
Oh, well, let's talk about Haita. Haita's another great one.
This man, this sad man. No, not admittedly sad man. Yes, Haita is a hyena, but actually, he comes to terms with a lot of things in the show. Mostly his feelings with
Haita. Let me say, man. Yeah, Haita is a very emotionally mature character. Because, like, with any other show like this, with the guy with the unrequited love towards the female main character, he'd be all like, woe is me all the time. And yeah, he was like that for a little bit, but then, like, when Retzko started dating with Sasuke, Haita was like, you know what? Nah, it was my fault. I should have asked her out when I had the chance. As long as she's happy, I'm cool. And he was really mature about it. Yeah, sure, he still wanted to punch the dude's face because, I mean, that's what you do. But, like, he was still, like, he still was professional and was like, all right, no, I'm not gonna make a big deal about it in public. But if you know, as long as she's good, I'm happy. And I like that. I like that idea of Haita, like being able to move past that. But also, like there's a lot that Haita and Retsuko have in common because you know Haita very much has a punk rock aesthetic when he's outside of his just in his like regular street clothes, and you know of course Retsuko is big into death metal. So I think that you know they could really get along in that aspect as well. I think they could work really well together as a couple. Obviously, you know, different species, so that's a whole thing. But whatever, you know, it's a cartoon world.
If a cat and mouse can make it.
Yeah, I was gonna say a cat and mouse did get married in this show, so there you go.
Albeit it didn't happen right away, and it connects to a custom hand that I just find very well. It's a custom with all weddings, really, but giving the couple money is a very hilarious thing to me.
I went to one of our oldest friends' weddings, and I didn't give them shit. I gave them a hug.
You didn't give Hannah anything?
No, I didn't give. I didn't give Hannah anything. I wrote my name on Bradley's card.
You ain't never been shit a day in your whole damn life.
Yes, I know.
But yeah.
I know we've known Hannah for a long time, and I doubt Hannah's watching this, but she knows I care. She knows I care. I didn't have to give her nothing.
But
you sound like one of those men, bitch. It's like, I don't tell my wife I love her. She knows I love her.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
Shut up. Okay, I am very verbally expressive when it comes to that stuff. Anyways, moving on.
I believe the whole like physical money thing is just a Japan tradition.
But I find
really?
it funny.
Oh, cool.
Because especially
in America, it's just gifts.
Yeah.
I found that entire portion of the episode just absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brian, what did you think of Haita as a character, or Haida, however you said, whatever his name was?
I like him, and I like the fact that he's like good guy with a subtle punk influence to him, flair to him. I hate to bring it back to Office, but he definitely gave me Jim vibes.
He definitely reminds me of Jim, and Retsuko is very Pam, so that's why I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that's very much a Jim and Pam.
I completely forgot about this character, and I would be remiss to not mention this character, but the hippo character.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the hippo real quick because they dropped the bombshell they never addressed. The hippo was arrested for espionage, and and they didn't ever bring that up again. The hippo was just back in the office doing normal work.
No, when she came back, she said, "Oh, it's nice to be back from my vacation." That's what it was, a vacation. It definitely wasn't going to prison for espionage. She says it really quick, though.
Yeah, I know she does.
Is that she is the office gossip. We all have coworkers that are a bit of a gossip. I mean,
me. It's me. One of my friends just came back from Germany, and he's the one I typically gossip with. And literally, the first thing I said when I saw him was, "I want all the gossip," and he said, "I want it all too." I'm a male gossiper. It's not necessarily the most masculine thing, but it is what I do.
I don't. You know what? Knowing you for as long as I do, I don't doubt that at all. You're definitely the gossip type. That's why, it is very rare that you can be trusted with secrets, unless it's a life or death situation.
I keep secrets as long as you notify me that they're secrets. If you just tell me some shit and then you just leave it at that, well, at face value, it's just information as far as I'm concerned. No one said Jordan, let me tell you something in confidence. You leave with that, and it's incompetence. Y'all are protecting your own selves. I don't get it.
But here's the thing, especially with my line of work, I work predominantly in a what's typically in a female work environment, so gossip is prevalent within that work environment. And sure, I throw my chip in, so to speak, in the rumor mill and the gossip mill at work myself. So I sympathize with this character a lot. Not to the annoying extent as this character does, however, but I do see the.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm chismoso as fuck. I love hearing rumors and gossip and shit. Hell, one of the things I do on my channel is keep my ear to the ground about Brian too. All we do is listen for rumors and casting and different things like that. So no one on this panel can deny that we enjoy the juicy
sometimes.
I'm a bit of an myself. I love like keeping my ear to the ground when it comes to information, especially when I can get some dirt on people, because that shit's hilarious.
But
wait a minute.
Also, it gets to the point with entertainment stuff that sometimes you can just follow actors on social media just to be like little detectives there. But also,
pretty much.
While I'm talking here and bringing it back to the show, though, honestly, if you told me that George got involved in espionage, I believe it.
Yeah, no, I would. Yeah, no.
I've never been a threat to the United States, its allies, or its interests. I've always maintained strict loyalties.
Yeah, Jordan is a firm practitioner of Loyalty Day.
Yes,
he had the flag
May
up
1st.
And everything.
I mean,
May 1st every year, Loyalty Day
yeah,
to the United States.
Yeah, true. I think with all that said, let's get to our main character. And I think would be very interesting to start with this discussion of Retzko. Let's go with Jordan, since he's kind of the outsider. He's going to give the outsider perspective of the character, and I think that would be a more interesting way to go about it first, rather than those who saw the show proper.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, Jordan. Go for it.
Collecting your thoughts there, Jordan?
Did Jordan pause? Is Jordan frozen? Yeah, I think he's frozen.
Oh shit, no.
I think Google sensed that he was lying about practicing Loyalty Day, and so Google kicked him off.
No.
I think Jordan was captured by the government people. Just so you know, Jordan Terrell Bluford was just pulled off of this broadcast due to the government finding out his secrets.
I mean, oh my god, no.
Oh, power just tripped.
Oh, okay. Thank the Lord.
Okay. Okay, I was gonna say I thought.
Lord.
I know people at home can't see this because of the way that Google does weird stuff, but at least for us, that's a very album covery image there.
Yeah.
It's very solemn. It's very. But I think more than anything, this is internet is rebooting. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So Jordan's on the way back.
You guys posted, Jordan. That's most appreciated. So I think we can take this time to actually, in place of that, we'll wait until Jordan comes back. But in the meantime,
then I'd.
All right, Brian.
A side character that I really like that I don't even think that we got a name for him. The karaoke baboon.
Oh yeah, the guy who owns the karaoke bar. He's awesome.
Oh yeah, that guy. I mean, he was pretty much a non-entity. Basically, he's like, "Oh, welcome back."
He's basically one of Retzko's biggest fans. 1 second, I gotta get my laptop charger. 1 second, right here. Okay, cool.
I just love it how
We are 100% professional in this line of work here, gentlemen.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got it. I made sure my laptop didn't die in the middle of a broadcast. I was prepared.
But anyway, I like how she like screams so loud that he can hear her, but he's fine with it. He's just
I like
making
that
it
I like that
end.
he's jamming with his broom. I thought that was great.
Yeah. And then also you talk about like side characters and all. Yoga instructor. Rotate.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Protein guy was awesome. Is he? Was it? What animal was he? I couldn't tell.
Kangaroo.
He was a kangaroo.
Yeah,
Protein.
Protein.
Wait. Protein.
And I like
Ooh.
when he went all like Nirvana,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just
Oh.
like, yeah, protein.
If only he could send me aside
Allow
from.
me to explain why the whole reason why this is a man that says protein. He's a yoga instructor who, through some convoluted means, found enlightenment, and the only thing he could say is protein.
Yeah, so he's basically Groot, but with the word protein.
Yeah.
It's weird, it's surreal, and it's kind of funny.
And he actually sends Gory the karaoke number for Retzko's metal song.
Because he saw it in a vision.
Yeah, and he gave it to her in a note, but then she didn't know what to do with it. She's like, I feel like this would come to the situation, but I have no clue what it is. If only I could get aside from protein. And she's like,
Yeah,
I know exactly what to do.
that was great.
But since Jordan had technical issues, let's just talk about.
We can just jump into Retzko now.
Yeah,
okay.
So
Retzko.
5-year-old girl working in an office, and she just so happens to be a red panda. When we first see her in the first episode, she's like, "Oh, I can't wait to start my new life at work." She's 20. She's full of energy. She's pepped up. She's ready to face the world. And then she falls and sprains her ankle and just loses her shit.
Yep, and then 5 years later, it's the same shit, different day, and she's just worn out. And she uses death metal karaoke to like vent her frustrations, and I love it. And I love that you can go from her like demon form to like, here's your food. Okay, thanks.
Oh yeah, and like the moments where she really gets into it, she just shakes around violently.
Yeah.
It's funny because I don't know if anyone else has seen the show, but those who have watched the show, but it's probably also in Japanese. But I watched a dubbed version of the show.
So did we. Because Netflix was automatically set to English when I played it, so I didn't change it to Japanese.
And I like the idea that if you feel so inclined to look up who voiced Retzko in the dub, that would be most appreciated.
I'll try.
Because it probably is someone that sounded a lot familiar to me, at least.
It definitely sounded familiar to me, and that voice does sound very familiar.
And what I'm hilarious is that they got like an actual death metal person who happened to be male.
Yeah.
Well, see, fun fact for you. Just looked it up. When it says her voice actress and all, for both Japanese and English, it says normal version. Then it says death metal version. So they got a separate person for both the Japanese and English death metal version.
So who's the English voice?
Erica Mendez.
Erica Mendez.
That's Erica.
Nice.
Aladdin.
Mendez.
Yeah, she's the voice of freaking Jess. Well, she's the.
Let's give that lady a
Ryuko.
Because
Kill la Kill.
Yeah, she voiced Ryuko in Kill la Kill and Aladdin and Magi.
Let's
Holy
give her
crap. Nice. Good for you, Erica. Wow.
And actually having like when she actually sung the lovey-dovey song, I will give her props on that. She did really good. And
Also, a fun fact for you.
I gotta tell Jordan that Retzko was Aladdin from Magi. Aladdin's one of his favorite characters.
And also, a fun fact for you, she's also Sailor Uranus.
Nice.
Let's give that lady. Let's give Erica Mendez a medal. She deserves a fucking medal.
Seriously, she's great. Who's the death metal version?
I think his name is Jake.
It's Jamison Boaz.
Well, sir, you did
Oh yeah, that shit was fucking phenomenal.
You did a wonderful job.
It's not my cup of tea musically.
Yeah, I don't listen to death metal.
Dude.
I don't listen to death metal regularly, but I gotta say that for that dose of it that I got, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's almost cathartic in a lot of ways.
Oh, definitely. It definitely reflects Retzko, and you get that same kind of catharsis when you hear her go into metal mode.
Oh yeah, and let's talk about this girl since she's the focus. Like she's the focus of all the episodes. Like her journey to actually stand up to people and have a bit of a backbone is like
when she stands up to Lizard Lady is one of the best.
That is a snake.
Yeah. Oh, she's a snake. Okay.
Yeah, I thought like, what the fuck kind of animal is this?
I thought it was a gator for a while.
That's what
that's why I said. That's why I said Lizard Lady. I didn't know what she was.
Like, also, I love the moment where she thought she was gonna work in like an international goods store with her friend who happens to be a cat.
Oh yeah, the cat friend. Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, we're just doing that shit online. We don't have enough for a brick and mortar store."
Yeah, we're gonna, couch surfing isn't for everyone. I understand because
and the look on Retzko's face, just this level of defeat that is comparable to me when I get rejected. It's fucking sad.
As somebody who lives with their folks and works online, I was like, you know what? I'm living that life. I'm okay with it, but I understand that people not everybody's built for that.
Well, also, it's also kind of a step down for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with her line of work, it's stressful, but she gets steady money at least. Yeah, and with Retzko as a character, I really like that her growth is what I find the most compelling about her.
Oh yeah.
She's under these impressions that she wants to get out of this shitty job that she has that's paying her well, might I add. Even though working in accounting is something that I know nothing about. Because I can't do complicated math, but I can understand like getting a high-paying job, doing your job competently, and just dealing with the mundane stuff. And just thinking, oh, if I just get married, then I don't have to deal with bullshit anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Man, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
if that could solve my problems, I totally would do it.
But yeah, just because they actually like basically almost tell you how much she earns, because they do a thing where it's she gives $30,000 for the wedding, but then she just says that means that she's gonna have to spend 1 week on ramen.
Yeah.
To make up for it. And so that just shows you how much money she actually does earn.
And guess who returned?
Yeah, okay, so Jordan's back. Turns out he was not taken hostage by the government after falsely lying about his practice of Loyalty Day.
I have no idea what you're talking about. My loyalty, as I have previously stated, is absolute and unquestionable. I have experienced a sheer fluke of nature, the anti-American nature. But
anyway,
as I was saying, my outside opinion on Gretzko?
Gretzko.
Okay.
That's Retzko's character.
No, just either way. Never mind. I can't stand the art style of the character and the anime in itself. It's way too cute. It's not bad. It's just way too cute. I'm not into moe stuff. Y'all know that. The juxtaposition between the moe artwork and how very real the characters felt was a little too much. But I do like them. I find Agretzko to be hilarious. But her supporting cast, I just can't tolerate. Also, her death metal is legit. She got pipes.
Also, Jordan, fun fact: Retzko is voiced by Aladdin, Aladdin from Magi. That's the same voice.
I was just like, I've never heard the dub, but that would be pretty damn weird. But okay, I thought you meant like Disney's Aladdin. I was very confused for a second.
No, Aladdin. Aladdin from Magi.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
There's also Sailor Uranus.
Which, sadly, we didn't really get much of Sailor Uranus from in America because 90s lesbians. No.
I mean, America.
They were cousins.
Lesbians. No.
They were cousins.
But they're actually lovers. Like they're not cousin lovers. Don't get that twisted, people.
That would have flown in America. That probably would have been fine.
Oh my god! But anyway,
or if Uranus had been like a fully adult man, and
oh no,
we're not going into this. We're not talking about After the Rain. Okay. By the way, if you guys have seen any of you have seen After the Rain, I'm not. I don't fly with that.
My God, no.
man is 38 years old. Homegirl is 16. No, thank you.
Hey, you doing better than some people in Florida. But moving right along.
But anyway, so I think we can pretty much wrap this portion of the show just by giving our thoughts and opinions on the show overall, which Jordan pretty much stated his opinion on it. It's not for him, but he can see the good in it. It's just too real.
Yes.
Jay, I think you should go next.
All right. Well, I really enjoyed Agretzko. I mean, I like moe to an extent. There is some overly moe shit that I couldn't handle, like Sonoda. I feel like Sonoda was like, all right, nope, I couldn't deal with it. The musical number, if you know, there's a problem if I have to skip a musical number, but I fast forwarded through that shit. I was like, nah, nope, no thanks. But other than that, I really liked a lot of the growth of the characters, all the different layers that they have, and the contrast between Agretzko's kind of cutesy facade and her like inner like death metal demon goddess. I thought that was pretty awesome, and I want to see where this goes now. That like Haita has officially confessed his feelings to Retzko. I hope that they can move forward in season 2 and we can see where that relationship goes because I'm really interested in that. And obviously I want to see more Fenico, Protein Kangaroo, and the rest of the other characters. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
All right, Brian, you should go next since you don't typically watch anime a lot. And this is being one of the few shows that you actually did watch.
Well, I mean, I've been, maybe because it's oversaturation of actually living in Japan, but I've only recently like really gotten into anime thanks to these guys. And but anyway, I actually liked it. It wasn't the best, and it wasn't like laughably hysterical, but it was definitely a fun ride for me. I really liked Let's Go and her unique, like, looking moe, but then death metal, soul. That she even reveals that that's the true her, that she loves that she's death metal till she dies, which is awesome. And going forward, I would like to see more about these characters and maybe actually get a name for Baboon Guy.
I would like to know what Karaoke Baboon's name is. I called him Rafiki because that's all I thought of. I was like, yeah, he looks like Rafiki, but like.
But yeah, I'd be interested to know other characters within this world. Like if we're ever going to get to see like a zebra or a raccoon, what that would look like. But overall, I'd say that it wasn't the best, but I still enjoyed it and had a fun ride. But I can also see with someone like Jordan would.
Understandable.
All right, Tony, you're up.
Just from my perspective, I really enjoyed the show for what it was. The comedy just related to me, kind of hit close to home, not in the most vague sense possible. And I kind of like that about the show in general. How the comedy is relatable, and the characters themselves are relatable. You can actually put people that you know.
Yeah, a lot of these animals are more relatable than actual human anime characters that we've seen. That I've seen in a while. What's with the heavy echo?
That I do not know. Well, at least with what I want to see in the show, if it gets a season 2, with how popular it is with a lot of people, especially in the anime community, I wouldn't be surprised if it got a season 2 at all. I do want to see the development if Haida and Retsuko actually enter a romantic relationship, because they're leaving that up in the air a bit. I would like to see more of the cast of characters, maybe get introduced to a few new new cast members. I would like to see more of Retsuko's backstory a bit, more like related to her, how she got into death in the first place.
That could be interesting.
And maybe also, if she had a sibling or something.
Or maybe simply because I would find it quite hilarious with this kind of dynamic, just introducing her parents maybe.
I really want to see her parents, because I think it could be similar to like in Hinamatsuri when we got to see Nita's parents. I think it could be that kind of situation. Or Nita's mom, I guess. Well, because, Nita's dad died. But that was in last week's episode. So.
Yeah, just that I want to see kind of like if inevitably Haida and Retsuko do enter a relationship and she wants to introduce her new boyfriend to her parents, I think that'd be hilarious. But overall, I think... Question
though. So, would Haita being introduced to Retsuko's parents be like the equivalent of a white girl introducing their parents to their black boyfriend? Like, because I mean, technically, like if we're going by fur color here, Haita is black.
Best of luck to him then.
I mean, Retsuko's from Canada, so if we want to,
I'm just saying. I think that could be a funny kind of trope. I think that could be a funny trope that they could play with, like.
Well, also because
would they even be aware of
like.
I mean, they live in Japan. What would that matter?
I don't know how this world works.
Well,
we don't know how this world works. All we know is it's in a version of Japan where it's walking, talking animals. Okay.
Well, even if you just go by that, he's like twice her size, so I imagine her parents are rough small. So her parents would be like, "Nice to meet you."
How's the weather up there?
Anyway.
And then maybe the dad could be like the whole like kind of Rocket type character where he's small but very menacing.
Yeah, I would like to see her dad be like an aggressive red panda. That would be hilarious.
I wouldn't be surprised if her family is like it was another interspecies relationship, because those are things that happen in this world.
Yeah, I mean, hello, like we said, cat and mouse. If that can happen, anything can happen.
But anyway, before we actually stop this episode of Weeb Warriors, let's just give a bit of lip service to the shows that we actually missed this week, but we will be talking more about next week.
Okay. So far I've only seen Megalobox and My Hero Academia, but both are really good. Megalobox continues to blow me away with every single fucking episode. Like, there is no stopping with this show. The momentum is just infinite. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, the absolute hype train for Megalobox is real, people. If you're not on this train with us, then I don't know what's wrong with you.
If you're not on it, you need to get the fuck on right now, because I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your lives, but you're obviously missing out on greatness here.
Yeah,
because
by the
You don't
glory
think that's
of God,
like a tad bit extreme?
by the glory of God.
Maybe just a tad, but I'm just saying, like, if you're going out of your way to watch an anime podcast, clearly you're into anime. So
And
I don't
watching
know.
on a channel where you got me, this insane person.
So you clearly are interested in animes, and if you have any kind of interest in anime and you're not watching Megalobox this season, I don't know what to tell you. You're clearly just not informed. Clearly haven't been informed enough about like what's just the greatest show of the season so far.
What the word is, and the word is that Megalobox is that shit. It's the best anime this season.
It really is.
It drill that into your minds as compelling gospel.
I have yet to see Hinamatsuri yet, but please, I don't need another Anzu episode this week. I don't want to be sad again.
I haven't seen Hinamatsuri Comic Girls yet.
It's got an Anzu portion. Yeah.
There's an Anzu portion. Oh no.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Look, man, I already had my fill of emotionally draining TV. Anzu.
You watching the wrong damn show.
Watching the wrong damn show.
Anzu. Poor fucking Anzu. Anyway, but My Hero Academia, speaking of hype, just want to give you anime only a little heads up. The best arc of My Hero Academia so far, and this is coming from somebody who reads the manga on a regular basis, up to this point, this arc that we're about to go into, starting with next episode, has not been topped. And my God, it's about to be.
It's sort of the crux of the entire series at the moment, right? Unless they pull a Naruto and suddenly pull out, you know what? Let's not even go there. That gets too close to spoilers. But I will tell you that we're about to get into some pretty interesting stuff. You're about to see a lot of shine, a lot of secondary characters get a lot of shine.
Yeah, there are a lot of great fights from people that aren't your Ochakos, Idas, and Dekus. So yeah, a lot of our other Class A characters get a lot of really good fights, really good. This great action. I can't wait to see it animated. If you guys thought Deku versus Muscular was hype, you ain't seen shit yet. You ain't seen shit.
I mean, that is a good fight, but nonetheless, Comic Girls was good. Got to see Chaos try to get some growth, her art improve, all that good jazz. Obviously, Horror Girl is the new best girl.
She does have some of the best comedy. Like the shit that I finally watched last week's episode. It was pretty funny.
Told you.
Yeah.
When I say that I'm right about shit, I am honestly right about shit.
All right, Tony. High School DxD was good-ish. I mean, yeah, it's sort of formulaic at this point, and like when I knew exactly what was going to happen when his I'm waiting to see the next episode, I guess, is what I'm really trying to get at.
Yeah, it's kind of like, that's why I like watching DxD and arcs, because like it kind of just plays the same thing all the way up until the arc's conclusion.
Oh yeah, but the one thing I will say about this episode, it made me laugh when a certain scene happens, and I'll explain it in the review, but it made me laugh so hard that it made me think, well, that had to fucking happen. Especially when it's so shown in moments for like you're down, like the main character is like almost out for the count, and then some bullshit happens. It's fucking hysterical.
That is this anime in a nutshell.
I mean, that's
which I'll speak on more next week. Is great as always. Get to see some more of that. We're definitely about to get into some. Other things. I don't even know how to put this into context. We're transitioning from one arc to another. The auction arc has officially, well, more or less officially ended. and we're about to head, well, hopefully rather quickly, to the Rose extermination arc, which I will not explain at all.
Yep. Oh man.
And things are about to go all sorts of directions. I would say left, but left ain't sufficient.
So with that, this actually might be one of our shorter episodes, if not the shortest episode that we will have for Weeb Warriors.
Good.
And hopefully when we come to these special episodes, let's keep it that way.
Yeah, they'll be quicker because we're mostly just talking about one show. The next special we're going to be doing is on Darling in the Franxx when that wraps up. And so that's going to be interesting.
Don't get me started on Darling in the Franxx.
Don't get me started on it either, because mine and Jordan's struggle with that show is real.
I'll understand it. I'll understand it when I binge it. Like you guys know, I get emotionally invested in characters.
You're gonna feel shit, Jay. You're gonna feel like all-time highs and a whole lot of all-time lows, dude. It's like, as Jordan can agree with, you're gonna feel some shit.
I can tell by all the vague bullshit you guys put in the anime chat.
Hey man, we're trying to save y'all the spoilers. It's not your fault. It's not our fault. Y'all are too weak to watch this episode week by week and suffer through it like us. But yeah, all right, outro.
All right, so since we have more people who have social media tags attached to them, let's actually start with Brian here, since he is the relative newcomer to the show.
Oh yeah, and Brian will be when Brian does actually come on, he will be talking about Gun Gale. We forgot to mention that is Brian's show for the podcast. He will be talking about Gun Gale.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gun Gale, SAO
alternative Gun Gale online. Mouthful.
Yep.
Mouthful
name. Well, I'm a little behind on that, but I'll get stuff on it. If you want to find me, you can find me just by my name, Brian Kersey. I do YouTube stuff. I do mostly TV nowadays, but currently just doing Supergirl and the Krypton finale, but also gonna do a couple videos here and there, and I'll let you know on my channel, but I don't really have like a list like say Jay would have.
I was gonna say I'm trying to truncate this in my head as much as possible.
Yeah. But I'm like Junior Jay, where I don't tackle as many shows.
Not Junior Jay.
But anyway, that's it for me. Just follow me on YouTube, Brian Kersey, my name. That's it.
All right, then let's get to our social media hound here. Good old Jay.
All right. Well, follow me on YouTube, Twitter, YouTube and Twitter, Mr. Jay's Reviews. My Instagram is Jay the Sweet One. It's a pun. Don't worry about it. But yeah,
sexuality.
No, it's a pun. Shut the fuck up. You know damn well it's a pun. Shut up. Anyways, as for the shows I cover on my channel, I'm gonna not list them all individually. I'm just gonna say I review all of these CW, DC Comics TV shows, as well as Archer over on FXX, The Handmaid's Tale over on Hulu. I decided to drop Westworld because it's not doing that well on my channel. I do Krypton over on the Comic Frontline channel, and on the Comic Universe, I do a series of character opinion pieces called the J Files. This week I'll be covering Cable in honor of the release of Deadpool 2.
Let me check on that.
And a bunch. Siri, what the fuck? I don't know why Siri just reacted to me saying Deadpool 2. But anyway, I
forgot to mention, Jay and I are both doing a different live hangout thing on his channel.
Oh yeah, I'll get to that. I did a review on 13 Reasons Why Season 2. on my channel as well that's doing really well. So thank you to everybody that's watching that. That got to 1K, which is crazy. So thanks. But speaking of that show, as Brian alluded to, Brian and I have a TV podcast that we do every week. And this week we will be talking about 13 Reasons Why Season 2 and all the emotional pain and trauma it caused us. So
if you guys talk about warning about like emotional shit, I mean that show.
They legitimately give big ass warnings before the big episode, so where shit goes down, and it's just like, oh, whenever you see the warning, you know shit's gonna go down, and it's just like, I don't know. And that last episode was like 100 minutes, and there was a warning attached to it. I was like, was not prepared.
David Jesus.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Jordan, you just do what you do.
Yeah, my name is Jordan. I'm a research scientist in real life. I don't have any YouTube nor Instagram accounts that you would bother following. Just glad to be here.
Well, it's great to have you, Jordan. And you know me, just your host as of right now of this fucking show. But it's great to talk to these gentlemen about anime, and hopefully with enough motivation and getting my lazy ass to actually do something about it, you'll be seeing more videos from me lately other than these weekly videos. You just gotta convince me to do so, I guess.
I'm still waiting on the musical episode.
Well, it's coming. I'm having a hard time deliberating on like where placement goes, because this shit is serious.
I understand. That is a hard top 10 to craft. I get it.
I mean, I can just like throw out my like reviews of other shit that I've been watching. I know I have to do like a Pretty Derby review when that show wraps up, and that's going to be like fucking insanity. But with that, let's end this episode here. It was great talking about this show. And join us next time for another version of the show like this when Darling and the Pranks wraps up. You're going to see a lot of opinions in that particular episode, but join us again next week with our normally scheduled programming. Until then, see you guys later.